Like you, I love a family Disney movie night. It's so great to watch a movie together, but it's even better when you can take it to the next level and turn a movie night into a real great family bonding experience that brings connections. And today I'm bringing you several ideas to do just that with Frozen 2. The first game that we have starts inspired by Olaf when he says that water has memory. And I love that. And we decided to do a Sculpt.A memory version of charades. It's super simple and we were laughing so hard. Each round, the person who's up thinks of a family memory and then they have to try to express that in one pose. If the family can't guess it within 15 seconds, they can try a second pose. And if after that they still can't guess it, they can give a hint to what it is and do a third pose. And hopefully somebody guesses it by then. If not, switch with another person, find out what their memory was, and start it all over. Now, it sounds kind of simple, but it was hilarious. Take, for instance, I was doing one with riding on Big Thunder. What I thought looked like me on a roller coaster ended up then thinking it was like some terrifying moment. So I did another one where I was like trying to look at the goat. You know, the goat on Big Thunder. Of course, you have to look at it. And again, looking like a scary moment. So we were just laughing, coming up with what they thought this was. Never guessed that it was Big Thunder until I mentioned the hint for round 3 with Disneyland. And then, of course, they were able to get Big Thunder Mountain right then. So seriously, we were laughing every time somebody got up. It's hilarious what happens when you have to hold one pose, just like the Frozen sculptures in Frozen 2, that really shared some of their family moments. Now, one of the great things about this is just put a video camera on and you're going to capture family stories as well. Fun time, but also the stories behind what it is. Or if you don't want to do it the whole time, when they share what the story is before they sit down, just record for 15 seconds what that memory is. And now you've turned a family movie night not only into a fun evening, but also into a family story moment to preserve your family history. And what's neat about that is, just like in Frozen 2, sometimes knowing the stories of your past helps you know how to do the next right thing in the future. Love that family history connection with our Sculpt.A memory version of charades. The next game takes us to the end of the movie where, after all the earth giants have destroyed the dam and the water's coming out, Elsa comes at the last minute and she is able to save Arendelle. This game is trying to do just that. To set this game up, you need a pitcher of water, a cutting board, or some sort of an object where the water can flow down toward our Arendelle castle. And then I just created the castle out of half a cup of flour, pack it in there, flip it upside down inside of there, and now that is the Arendelle castle that we want to be able to protect. Then you're going to send everybody in your family out to try and gather an object that they think they can use, just like Elsa, who froze the water to save her town, that they can do to try to save the Arendelle castle. And then what you're going to do is have everybody take turns, and you just get out a new castle each time with your flour, and try and see how wet it becomes or how dry it is. Now here's a fun little tip. I found the best way is just to put a glass on it, and then hold it down tight, and then as your water comes, it's going to protect that underneath there where the flour is staying pretty much dry, better than any other technique that we found. So there's your mom tip. Then you can turn it into a fun moment to talk about what times in your family have you been able to protect one another or protect others around you just by the little things you do with the talents that you have. Great way to build a connection. Our third game is based on a store-bought game, but with a fun twist. So this is the Frantic Forest game, and in it you take turns moving around the board, and you're going to add snowflakes to the tree until at some point it gets heavy enough, and building up the suspense to see when it's going to come. Oh, there we go. So eventually it builds up enough, and out comes Olaf shooting out of the tree. Super fun. And like any game where it's building up suspense, the kids are going to love it. But a fun twist on this actually came by accident when we were playing this. Everybody was playing, but they decided it almost takes too long to play turns, so they just wanted to start adding these on without even worrying about the rules. And so I thought, you know, to slow this down and turn it into a fun family history event, what I did was each person who was up asked a question about themselves, and then whoever guessed the answer was able to take that snowflake and put it on the tree and see if they could be the one to make Olaf fly out. Really fun, easy quiz. It was a great way to see what do they know about each other, what don't they know. It was super fun to be able to see everything that they knew, and if not, to be able to learn something new about their siblings when they ask questions about one another. Again, this is a great moment to just flip that camera on. You can record so many details about your family in just that little quiz style thing that keeps them moving because they know that pretty soon they're going to be able to let Olaf shoot out of the game board. And our last item that we have is based on a fun dessert idea for Frozen 2. So I just got these little snowflake molds and then melted some ice cream into it, so now we have a fun little snowflake shaped ice cream. And here's one where you're just going to do a dig-in family style, everybody can take turns, but the fun twist here is that I wrote little cues on the spoons. For instance, it could be a milestone, a happy time, vacation fun. In order to be able to grab a nice huge bite, you have to pick up a spoon, share something that was a fun vacation memory or a milestone, and then eat it. So you could have like 15, 20 spoons out, just take turns. Everybody picking up a spoon, taking a bite, and sharing a fun memory. Again, keep that camera on, record it for your family's history, and it's a great way to be able to record that and spend that time and get to know one another better. I really do love the family connection to Frozen 2, where the past helps us learn about the future. If you want to learn more about that, I have a little blog post that's all about our Sculpt a Memory game. You can find it there. I'll link a description down below, as well as putting a link to our Frantic Forest game and some of the molds that I used if you want to check those out. I hope you have so much fun creating not just a fun family Disney movie night, watching Frozen 2 for the, who knows, millionth time, but also just turning it into a really fun connection with some of their favorite characters. Enjoy it, leave a comment down below with what you love the most. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.